Ameristar in St. Louis.
My name is Thomas, and here's a video of Adam doing a dive off a diving board. That is correct. This is the Ameristar Hotel, Casino, Event Center, Spa, Convention Hall, whatever else they do. And Grace bought the button. That's why the pot's all funky wonky. And then, you know, she calls the 6, and Under the Gun +1 calls the 6. And then Jason Woolsey looks at his hand. I hate to look at my hand before it's my turn. Jason Woolsey takes forever. He makes it $71 because why wouldn't he make $71? And I actually look at this thing and I'm like, what is that? And if you don't believe me, I actually asked the dealer.
What is this? 70.
And it's $71. It goes 66671 because that's what Jason Woolsey does. He's an insane person who does insane things. Now, I'm not saying that this bet is just out of the world big, but it's just stupid. 71, come on now. And if you think I'm scared of Jason Woolsey, get at it down. I'm not scared of Jason Woolsey. I'm going to have to come in for a little bit of a raise here. 225 with Ace King. And, you know, this is just to show the table that I'm not here to mess around. I'm here to pump it up. And Jason, he claims jacks. He's going to throw his cards here in the muck, and he claims jacks. And you know what? He's such a nit that he might just have had them. So I take down this first pot, and we're off to a good start at Ameristar Casino. In the next hand, they do this weird thing, small blind on the button, and then small blind, big blind. It's what they do. I think it's weird, but I don't run the casino. They don't ever ask me what I think. I look down at every man's dream, 2 girls at the same time, and when this Under the Gun dude makes it 15, I'm going to have to raise, even though I got that weird $2 out there. I make it $60. 15 to 60 is what I do. Jason Woolsey goes 6 to 71. I'm not here to judge. It's his money. He can do what he wants. He's not even in this hand yet. I'm still making fun of him. So I make it the $60 in the small blind, the real small blind. He decides to make the call. You wouldn't think he'd have a $60 hand. There's not a lot of hands that you would just call $60 in the small blind because you got to act first after the flop, and that's not desirable. But he does. It's his money. He can do what he wants. Under the Gun is priced in as well. We go 3 ways to a flop. We're looking to flop a queen, but we don't. We don't flop a queen at all. In fact, it's a very bad flop for our actual hand. Other poker vloggers would say, well, that's a really good flop for our range. And it is, but we don't talk about that kind of stuff on this channel. It goes checkity-weckity-weckity 3 times. We go to a turn card, which is the 7 of diamonds, and now the Under the Gun player likes to bet $125. And if you can't go around just folding to 1 bet with a pair of queens, I'm under rep now, right? Is that correct? I don't know. You'd have to ask the other vloggers who use terms like under rep. We don't talk about this stuff on this channel. I don't even have a spade draw, so this is really stupid, but I make the call 125, hoping he's betting like a pair, you know, like 10s or jacks, kind of what you're hoping, you know, that he has a pair that's under the ace, and now he's trying to bet on the turn for value. Well, on the river is a king, so if he has a king I flush draw, now he binks the king, and there's nothing I can do. He bets $400, and as much as I hate it, you know, folding, I think folding's stupid, but I really don't have a choice here. I have third pair. And even though he probably doesn't think I have, he probably does think I have queens because, you know, you would, I don't know. This guy, who knows? I'm just going to fold. I hate it, but I don't really have a choice. Throw it in the muck, and the pot is pushed to that clown down there. All right, this hand we pick up like right in the middle of the action. So we have an $11 straddle. Jason Woolsey calls 11. I make it 50 with kings. Middle position calls 50 with probably garbage. And now we pick up the hand, you know, as normal. See, what happened here is I didn't have my camera out, and then when I saw that I had kings, I got out my camera. I always say, if you guys are playing with me, and I don't have my camera out, and I look at my hand, and then you look back at me and my camera is out, I probably want to play the pot. It is a super tell. Grace makes fun of me all the time. So Jason Woolsey checks here. I fire out $130 for what I like to call value. It's not a term we like to use a lot on this channel, but we're going to use it here. Middle position 2 makes the call. We get a fold out of the button, which is what he needs to do. We don't really want to see like a whole bunch of action, because when there's a lot of action and you guys understand. The turn card is the Ace of Hearts, which is oh so very much not desirable because it's going to slow down the action for sure, and also flushes get there. He checks immediately though, so when the river card comes a 4 of diamonds, now I'm trying to target a queen. Specifically a queen. There's 465 in the pot. I have to put out a little wager here to try to get a little bit of action. I make it 110, and it's going to prove to be just a bit outside of his calling range here. He just doesn't like that bet size, so it's unlikely I could have bet anything. Not really sure what he called me with on the flop, but I show my kings to make everybody at the table know that I only play good hands. Only good hands. I know I kind of made a joke that I only play good hands, but we're 3 hands into this vlog, and I've had ace, king, kings, and queens. So Grace makes it 15 in middle position there. And, we don't need much of a hand to come after her because we are fans of pain. I have ace-7 offsuit, and there's a million in there, and it's like 12 more to call. So obviously I'm coming along for this ride, hoping to flop, just something small like quads or something. I do flop top pair, and pairs, if you've ever watched Antonio Esfandiari play, he says pairs are hard to get. So when you flop the top one, that's usually pretty good. Now, the hijack throws out $20, which is a third of the pot. I know we don't like to talk about pot sizes, bets, things like that on this channel, but here we're going to. He makes it 20, so there's 80 in there. It's 20 for me to call. That's 4-1. I'm no mathematician, but that's pretty good. So I make the $20 call. We go to a turn card. It's a 6. Provides absolutely nothing for me or him at Piers. It goes check, check. We see a 5 on the river, and I have a 4-card straight, and I like to get paid on my 4-card straight, so I just put a little $35 bet there. The hijack beats me in the pot. I flip up my ace, and he does what everybody should do when they play against me and throw their hand into the muck, pushing that pot to Mr. Rude. And now it's time for a break.
I know this lighting's really bad, but I don't want to go downstairs. This is supposed to be the mid-session update, but I don't think it's going to be because it's 11:45, and Grace has said all night we're leaving at 12. I don't know what the right term is. I'm a douche tonight at the table. I'm that guy. I'm splashing around in every pot, and it works really well for me when people come after me. They're coming after me tonight. I'm winning a lot of pots, so that's why I'm up whatever I'm up. In for 2,300. I think I'm maybe up 1,000, maybe. All my friends are here. Thomas is here. Craig. Alex Hoff is here. Greg Radouche, Rody, all the guys in my poker group are here, so we're having a good time. And played a pot against I'm gonna call her my new friend. Today's the most we've ever talked. Her name is Brittany. She normally wears a straight cap. I was a dick to her in a pot.
You suck. You are the worst.
It was not personal, Brittany. I am sorry. I did show a bluff. It wasn't a bluff. I had a pair of aces. You're going to see the hand. If you haven't seen it yet, you will. I'm sorry, Brittany. I didn't mean to be a dick in the hand. I really was a dick. I'm sorry.
Look at this nonsense. No. You're supposed to say, 3's in my neighborhood.
I'm going back to play. Going to be a dick again.
I never intend to be a dick at the table. What happens is, what I think is me being funny and outgoing and talkative at the table, some people, Grace, find it really annoying. And this particular session, I was on my game. When I say on my game, I mean like I'm vlogging, I'm personable, I think everybody around me is enjoying themselves. That didn't seem to be the case, as I was, kind of out there and being kind of arrogant, and so if I offended you, if I ever offend you, know that it's not personal. It's just me being me, and that's the truth. And here I have top pair again. If you remember correctly from the last hand, top pair is hard to get. So I bet $55. We go to a turn, which is a jack. It goes check, check, because the main hand I'm beating is ace jack, and of course now that beats me. And now I have ace queen, and you say, well, Adam, you can't just go be putting people on ace jack all the time. Well, you say that, and then he bets $200. I look back to make sure I got the goods, and elect to, I think I go all in like a crazy person. I sure do go all in. He beats me in the pot. Guess why? Because he had the ace jack. So a little run good there. Fortuitous, is that the right word? Fortuitous? And don't worry, I tapped the table there to let him know that I thought his losing hand was still decent. But these are like my favorite type of sessions where you're winning from the beginning. There's really no threat of you losing unless you get like super duper cooler, and that's just not going to happen. Jason Wolves, he limps in the hijack. I mean, I need to read his book. Down there, riffling the chips, not Grace in the red, but next to her, that's my friend Brittany. She usually wears a straight ball. Straight ball? I don't know what a straight ball is. She usually wears a straight bill ball cap. She's not today, though. She's going hatless. She's sans hat. I make it $18, and my friend Thomas, you saw him in the intro, gave him the peace sign. He makes it $60 to go from the button. He's allowed to do that. He's allowed to come in for the, would that be a 3-bet? Let's see, limp, raise, 3-bet. Yeah, so he raises the 3-bet there. Now, is me calling this $60, is that a good play? don't think so, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm, bad. So I make the call, and we go heads up to a flop. Hey, what I need to tell you, though, is that Thomas is a waiter over there at the Red Robin. So if you're ever in St. Louis area at the Red Robin, give him a fat tip because I could use the money. Turn card is an 8. I guess it went check on the flop. So I have to start betting now. I have top pair, and he doesn't seem to be in love with this board. So I fire out $80. That's a decent sized bet. Like, and I say decent, I mean that's a good price for him to call. There's 200 out there. I mean, he's got to call that. So he throws in 80. The river card is a 6. And now I have to decide what is the most money that I can bet that Thomas will call with a worse hand. And I come, I do these calculations in my head. I'd explain them to you guys, but you guys probably wouldn't even understand. So I go ahead and throw out the 175. He beats me in the pot. It's the third time in this session that people beat me in the pot with worse hands. And he shows 2 queens and loses like a loser. And I win, and this pot is pushed towards me, which every pot should be. And then it's like time to quit and go home. And then we just rack up and leave.
Okay, back to St. Louis for a little bit of No Limit Texas Hold'em. 2-3 No Limit that we played tonight. I was in for 2,300, and I cashed out for whatever 2,300. I won 950. I'm no mathematician. Grace, how did you do?
I won 800.
So we did pretty good. We've been running, the run good continues. Ran really hot in Texas, now we're back in St. Louis, and we're running hot here. And
I did not run hot in Texas.
no. And we're going to the hotel now where I bet you my run good ends.
Correct.
See you in a week.
And here's an important message from Dan Rain to Lake Chambers.
Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the bell.